So when you think of this going from the theoretical, right, which is like, yeah, in theory, if I had this data and then I chose the right person to match up with the right person, that those styles or those things of how that person sells versus how that person buys or vice versa, um, in the end, ultimately should get you a better outcome. I can
Yes,
imagine though that you've been able to quantify and say, hey,
yes,
yeah, when we've done tests, you get more X out of leveraging a product like this. And then ultimately, I'm sure there's outside of just performance, there has to be other things tied to using a product like this. Because I would imagine when you have someone that's selling more, they probably a happier employee, which
yeah.
maybe helps with retention. So, do you have any kind of insight or
Mm.
points for our audience that you can kind of give us on that topic?
Yeah, if you get it right, you can get. So when you think about in the old days, you would have propensity to purchase, which is the product and the customer, and nothing about the agent having those conversations or that rep. So if you can bring in that rep and that propensity to purchase might say 10% lift, but now you get it right. Christian's perfect for this customer. What does 10% become? And it goes, and that's what we're trading. We're trading the what's better than random allocation. So if you get this right, a couple of things happen. One, your probability of success goes up, the obvious one that you're stating. Two, the deal size fairly often goes up as well. There's a three, the customer tends to be a little bit stickier because relationships are being built as opposed to treating the agent as kind of a little bit robotic themselves. If they're having fun and the customer's having fun, the customer hangs around. But so does your agent. The rep also stays around because he's enjoying it more. He's having more conversations that are fun and he wants an outcome. He doesn't want a bad outcome. He wants a positive outcome himself. So he's making more money, but enjoying the role a lot more. So we have to quantify what we're doing, right? We can't put in a data service and go, oh yeah, well, how did you compare to last month of course you could look at that, but the world's too complicated. There's too many things going on on day-to-day stuff, power failures or I don't know other things that influence it. So what we do to make sure we're making a difference is that when we allocate, we shuffle in 30% of the data as random. In other words, using what the business's usual process was like. And so if you then come to the end of a period of time, I call it a month or whatever the campaign period is, and you then look at, well, how did random do? How did that control group do? What was the conversion rate of that control? And what was the conversion rate of the best pair allocated group? If we're making a difference, there should be a difference between those two numbers. You should be able to see the conversion rate was 2% here and 3% here. Okay, we know we're making a difference.